Hi, this is Christopher Spera with iTechGear.org, broadcasting live from iTech Gear Southwest for the next count them, two weeks. So get ready for some interesting and some different location-based stuff. Today, I have a really cool unboxing for you. Today, we are going to unbox the Apple Watch Ultra 2. Now, this is effectively just a simple spec upgrade, at least in my opinion, from the Apple Watch Ultra. So if you've got the Ultra already, unless there are something very specific that you need with the Apple Watch Ultra 2, there's no real cause, reason, or need to update. Unless you've got a need to do one of these, don't worry about it. All right? Your Apple Watch Ultra is going to get all of the same wonderful watch faces and screen complications and cool, fun stuff that you get with the Apple Watch Ultra 2, except for things related to the chip, the new UW chip, all right, or the ultra wideband chip that the UW2, right? Unless you're looking for something like that, it's going to be very nearly identical. All right. So don't worry if you're missing something, unless, of course, again, you got to go like this. So let's talk a little bit about the spec differences between these two, because honestly, I know I wasn't the only curious one about what the differences were. They're both square. They're both 49 millimeters in screen size. They're both made of titanium. They are the exact same display dimensions. All right. They are the exact same display resolutions. It's exactly the same screen. The Ultra Watch, the Watch Ultra 2 is just heavier than the Ultra Watch, being 61.4 as opposed to 61.3 grams. All right. It does have the always-on display. It does have GPS, although the Ultra Watch 2 does have an updated GPS sensor. It will do L1 and L5 GPS, whereas the Ultra Watch doesn't necessarily do both. All right. It has a enhanced altimeter with an operating range from minus 500 meters to plus 9,000 meters. So you're gonna, get to the top of that peak if you want to. The water resistance is a little bit better. It's not too far away from where it was. It'll still do 10 atmospheres or 100 meters, and recreational scuba diving up to 40 meters, whereas the water resistance is only good to 100 meters before, and I'm not certain if it'll do the same level of recreational scuba diving. The specs that are online right now don't necessarily say. So your Apple Watch, your original Apple Watch, may be limited there. It may not be. All right. It does have an enhanced microphone. Still got a speaker, voice assistance. Siri is on device, so it's gonna be a little bit faster with the Ultra Watch 2 as opposed to the Apple Watch. All right, and I don't mean to do the wax on, wax off thing here. I'm sorry. Okay. It's got the same level of sensors as before. It's got the blood oxygen. It's got the ECG, the optical heart. It's got high dynamic range gyroscope. It's got a high G accelerometer. It does water temperature depth and gauge plus the app. All right. It's got the enhanced emergency features, just like the original Apple Watch Ultra, international emergency calling, emergency SOS, and crash detection. It is compatible with iOS 17, just like the Apple Watch Ultra is. All right. So even though the Watch Ultra came out with a base compatibility of iOS 16, it will upgrade and will function with iOS 17 devices. You just need to make certain that you update your Apple Watch Ultra to watchOS 10. All right. It does have the Apple S9 SIP. All right. With 64-bit dual core processor. It will do, let's see, LTE and UTMS plus Wi-Fi 4 and Bluetooth 5.3. So it is going to be a little bit faster on the inside with the Wi-Fi 4 and Bluetooth 5.3 than the Apple Watch Ultra, but it's not going to be that big of a difference. All right. It's still got 64 gigabytes of RAM or storage, just like the Apple Watch Ultra does. It does do USB-C magnetic fast charging, just like the Apple Watch Ultra does. The battery life, there is a little bit of a difference here. You're going to get up to 36 hours on regular use, and you're going to get up to 72 hours on low power mode. So if you're really wanting something that is going to give you a little bit more staying power, I would look at Apple Watch Ultra 2 as opposed to Apple Watch Ultra, which, by the way, is still available from third-party vendors. You're not going to get it from Apple directly. They've got Apple Watch Ultra 2. The price is the exact same, $799 US. All right. If you are looking for something here, you can still save yourself a little bit of money. Probably the Apple Watch Ultra is probably going to be a little bit cheaper for you now. They're going to reduce that price. The Apple Watch Ultra 2, $799. All right. So as you can see, differences are very subtle. The native watchOS 10, the upgraded SIP and ultra wideband 2 chip are going to give you the opportunity to do a little bit more, again with the gestures, which isn't really out right now. From what I understand and from what I've heard, that particular feature is coming later. All right, in an update that is shortly on the way. So if you're really wanting a bigger screen, if you're an older person like me, I'm not there yet, all right, but I'm getting close to 60. You're going to want something a little bit easier on the eyes. The Apple Watch Ultra or the Ultra Watch 2 is going to be a little bit easier to see and easier to read on the old eyeballs, all right? If you're into the ruggedness of the watch, if you are needing the enhanced hiking, exercise, or diving features, both are going to serve you well. Although I can guarantee you, you're going to go just a little bit farther. You're going to do just a little bit more. You're going to have a few extra options with the Ultra 2. So with all of that said, all right, let's take a look. I've got the original Apple Watch Ultra here, all right, on a nice third-party titanium band, all right. I received the Apple Watch Ultra 2 a few days ago, and I've waited for you guys, knowing that I would be here in the new location, iTech Gear Southwest. Actually, I'm down in Houston visiting my mama. Let's take a look and see what it looks like and how it compares and stacks up. It's going to be nearly identical. All right, but let's take a look, shall we? All right, let's give this a rip open. We'll take a look at the packaging. We'll take a look at how it looks. The box. It's got a nice indented, embossed watch. I don't know if you guys, there it is. You guys can see that. All right. It's got the old undo it from the back kind of opener. All right, so we'll take that off very easily, very carefully, and we will take that off. You've got a nice little sort of outdoorsy scene on the outer packaging. After you get it open, you've got on the bottom you've got a quick start guide and a nice little booklet here for Apple Watch. It's actually on the bottom when you open it up. On the top, you've got your trail loop, the band that comes with. All right, I chose a hook and loop closure trail loop. I guess it is carbon neutral. All right, and it is the black and blue based fabric band. We'll look at that in just a second. I want to actually get to the actual watch and see what it looks like. All right. Pull tabs on the back, just like every other box you get from Apple. But the packaging here is actually very nice. It's very sturdy and pulls together very nicely. So we'll just kind of pull those strips off the back. We'll put them to the side. All right. And we will open up the box. Top of the box has got some protective elements for the case. All right. They are raised and indented on the inside. We'll put that over here and we will look at what we've got in the actual box. Now the watch is wrapped, right? The watch is wrapped in some really interesting and nice cellophane sort of sticky paper. Over here is the everything else designed by Apple in California, and it actually gives the GPS coordinates. Nice job, Chris. GPS coordinates on this. Here I am all excited. We're going to go ahead and when you pull that out, it's just the watch charging cable on the inside, and that's it. As you can see here, and it is a USB-C connector. All right, I've got about a gajillion of these sitting around the house at iTech Gear Central, and I've got one or two in the bag. I've also got some third-party chargers with me that will allow me to charge my Apple Watch. Now, I am trading in my original Ultra for the Ultra 2 to get an instant credit, and that is going back ASAP. It is also going to go ahead and wear the new titanium band, as I'm not going to use the cloth one. I like a metal band. So this is, we'll take this off. We'll very carefully remove the paper here. I don't want to rip it because I want to be able to reuse it. If I decide to trade in this one, I'll use the original packaging to send this back. But I do want to be able to get it out. But I do want to save the paper, so let's be careful. There we go. And all in one piece. That's great. And as you can see, all right, compared screen-wise, they are nearly identical, and they are identical in size. All right, this one looks a little bit bigger because of the band that it's got on it, but it is exactly the same. Okay, we're gonna turn this way so you can see both sides. All right. Oops. Let me go ahead and take that band off. It's one of the things that I like about the Apple Watch is the bands are pretty easy to get on and off. They just slide, you know? So the 2 and the 1, all right? They are the same size. They've got the, and that's interesting. Reverse camera is giving me a little bit of a hard time. They've got the same buttons and digital crown on the one side. From a rear perspective, they look exactly the same as far as the sensors are concerned, although the 2 is going to have those revised and enhanced sensors, so they're going to be a little bit better. And then, of course, you've got the action button on the other side. All right. So it's exactly the same. It's just a spec bump, and I will tell you that it is. If you're looking for a little bit more, if you're looking to do a little bit more, if you're looking to get out and be more active, either one of these is going to be the watch for you. If you're looking for the gestures, the Apple Watch Ultra 2 is going to really give you what you need. If you don't care, save yourself $1 or $2. Apple Watch Ultra, still a good buy, still a good watch. All right. This is Christopher Spera for iTechGear.org, recording live here in iTech Gear Southwest, saying thanks. See you next time. And this has been the unboxing of the Apple Watch Ultra 2.